How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to New Mexico State men's basketball news. I'm Marshall, and unfortunately, I'm bringing you guys the last game analysis of the video because the Aggies unfortunately did lose to Kennesaw State, 80-77, but they did not go down without a fight. They were done by 12, middle, the second half about. Fought back, tied the game, even had the lead for a little bit. Robert Carpenter played his ass off, had 21 points, led the team in scoring. Waggis and Peter both had 21 points. They both played great games, arguably, Rob, you could say it's his best game of the season. The UNM game was really great when he had 20. Peter, he's had some great games. He had some 20-point outbursts. I believe his season high was 22. Can't remember who he was against. Tshimanga played well, had 10 points. He also had 10 points early in the year against Abilene Christian. So, he matched his season high. So those three guys performed very well, all scored in double figures. But there's a lot of guys that didn't play great. Deontay, Jaden, Cook. I thought Gabe played well, had 9 points off the bench. Really great game for him. He hadn't scored in a couple games, so that was great for him. Jacoby had 4 points, missed a clutch free throw, which could have really helped out. But he's not the reason we lost this game. He's still got a bright future with us. Free throws as a whole, we missed 12 free throws. I know Rob had a great game, but he missed a lot. Peter missed some. Everyone missed free throws. Jacoby. The list goes on. You're 15 for 27 from the free throw line. You're not going to win most games like that. I thought, honestly, they shot the ball well. Can't remember the exact percentages, but they started off the game pretty hot, and Kennesaw State was shooting poorly, playing great defense, and then they started making shots. They had a stretch where they made 7 in a row between the first and second half. They just hit a lot of big shots, like I said, built a 12-point lead. The game started off, Kennesaw State, they started off hot, and then we went on a 14-2 run. Then Kennesaw State went on a big run, took the lead. Then we went on a big run to tie the game up and even take the lead a little bit. Then it was just back and forth for a while. Cook almost hit a 3 at the end to tie the game up. It was a deep 3, nearly half court. It almost banked in. It was right there. It was so freaking close. James Baca on Twitter showed his reaction. I had the same reaction to that. It was super close, man. Unfortunately, Cook just had an off game again. Only had 5 points, 2 for 8, 2 for 9 from the field. I can't remember exactly. Like I said, if all three, Peter, Rob, and Cook play well in every single game, they're going to win. Lose by 3 tonight. Peter and Rob played their hearts out, played great. Cook played his heart out too, just didn't have a good shooting night. Once again, if Cook plays his normal self, if he plays, well, scores in double figures, win that game. If Zadi scores in double figures, win that game. Deontay had a layup to start the game. I don't believe he scored after that. Jaden didn't even score. So, we need everybody to step up. It can't just be 2 guys. And the shot to Nate, he had a great game. Emmanuel had a late bucket in the second half. They played their hearts out. They played hard. It's just hard when you can't make free throws. And when you can't shoot the ball consistently all the time, defense can only get you so far. Yes, defense wins championships, and if we were to win this tournament, it would be because of that, or win any NCAA tournament games, it'd be because of that. But it just is what it is at the end of the day, I guess. Kind of like what I was saying before the game, the Aggies were playing their hearts out. I feel the reason they were doing that is because, 9 seniors, they didn't want to be their last game. You could tell they were playing hard. Again, some shots just don't always go in. I'm looking at Twitter, and you can tell the people who watch the game and who actually know the game of basketball compared to the ones that are just, out there trolling or hating, whatever you want to call it. It's like, bro, I'd like to see you go out there and play Division I basketball. It's not easy at all. Again, they played hard, and they shot the ball pretty well in the first half. Second half was okay. It's just so many shots that we could have took to go ahead. I believe that the Aggies would have made a 2-possession game and they were the ones up. They would have won that game. They would have kept that momentum going. It's been so frustrating lately with all my favorite teams that the Blazers lost on a game winner last night by 1 point. The women's basketball team lost today by 5 against La Tech in their first round matchup, or against the quarterfinals matchup. We lost by 3 to Kennesaw State. We lost by 7 to Sam Houston. Could have won that game. Been so many close games recently that my favorite teams have been losing. I have so many stretches where my favorite teams win a lot, but it's been really stressful as of late. That Cottle guy for Kennesaw State, I think that's how you say it. I can't remember exactly. He proved to be the player of the game for them. I think he had like 30 plus points. Woodley's really good. Again, they have 8 freshmen. They're a really young team. They could be a great team in Conference USA in a few years. Up and coming, they could be dominant. I kind of want them to win this tournament. That way we can say we at least lost to the champs, kind of like with last year with Western Kentucky, but just wanted to win it. I really wish we could have. And all those freshmen too, I was talking to my friend John, he brought up a good point. They might want to try to make the tournament like they've done recently. And those guys that are super young try to get recognized from bigger schools. It'd be nice for us to make the tournament, get some recruiting. Hey, we're back on track. But again, I said this in my post I made on Instagram and YouTube, community posts and stuff. And I wasn't able to mention on Twitter because I hate Twitter because it's like, I'm going to say Twitter, not X, but it's just so much shorter. You can't type as much. In the second season rebuild, if you're able to finish with a winning record, not bad at all. Like last year got 13 wins in the first year of a rebuild. Could have won a lot more, but almost won half of them. Can't really be too upset about that. This year, 2 games above 500 overall. 17 wins, could have easily got 20. There were so many games there that we could have easily have won. I believe out of our 15 losses, there was at least a half in there where we were super in it, or at least half of a half we were in it, like against Texas, where we shot the ball well, just couldn't get stops. At the not Kennesaw State game, Western Kentucky game on the road. Whenever they're just making everything, or even that Sam Houston game, where they're just making everything. We played hard, played through it. I really love watching these guys play throughout the year. They played with a lot of heart, and I feel like I've said that 17 times already this video, matching their win total. But, it's just the truth. They played hard, they were fun to watch, but they were very stressful at times too. So many missed free throws, so many missed shots in general, so many clutch shots missed. They're better on the road than they were at home for the most part. Overall, they were 9-6 at home, 8-6 on the road, 0-3 in their neutral games. You got that up 17-15. Just can't win neutral games. Can't win, tournament games. And even, last year, they lost their tournament game to Western Kentucky by 20. And they lost early in the year, a little tournament. Both those games, they could have won one of them. This year, they also has 2 tournament games early in the year. Not like, Conference USA tournament or anything like that. It was just a small little tourney. And we were the best team in that tournament. I feel like we could have won it easily. But it is what it is at the end of the day. You can't hang your head on it. You got to look at the future. Losing 9 seniors, have 6 players that could possibly come back. Hopefully all of them do, and hopefully we recruit some great guys. I know I've been saying a lot of that recently, but I want to go more in depth with it since this is the last video I'm been making, analysis wise. I've also been making a lot of videos throughout the off season, talking about off season moves. I'll try to be really consistent with it. I would love to get to a point where I can make videos Monday through Friday and be on a consistent schedule like that. But that'd be a really cool routine to do. But it's hard with a college basketball team, especially in the off season. Now it's like what's they're going to talk about. But we'll see how it all goes. 6 key players, that could be dividend for next year. Obviously, Jacoby Osborne, who again missed that clutch free throw. He missed some free throws at the game. I want to say he missed like 3 of them. But again, he wasn't the reason we lost that game. I know it seems like it, but everyone else was missing free throws. There was a lot of people, like Cook was off. Shout out to those guys. They're going to have a bright future and whatever they do. And, whether they try to go play pro, whatever it may be. But Jacoby, again, I would assume he'd come back. You got to look at his situation, right? Start of the year, I think a lot of people forget he wasn't getting any PT whatsoever, right? He was only playing garbage time minutes. And then that Middle Tennessee game where we finally won a game after losing 3 in a row, he was in the rotation every game. I believe he played in every game since that. Gabe, there's only 2 or 3 games he didn't play in. Played really great all year long. Had a great game today. One of his better games of the season. We had a lot of guys who had their best games of the season. Nate, Robert, Peter, Gabe. It's arguable to say it was their best games of the season, but it was definitely one of theirs. So for those 4 guys to ball out like that and not win sucks. That's why you need all your guys to play well. But for most teams, that doesn't happen all the time. But yeah, assuming those 2 guys come back, I don't see why they wouldn't. They had good seasons for freshmen, but I don't think any big boy schools would want them right off the bat. Maybe eventually they will, but I think that they come back, they'll be great players for us next year, possibly could be starting for us next year. I think Jacoby started the game, right? He's been really close to starting, I can't remember exactly. And then Gabe, always being great off the bench behind Zadi. He's learning behind some great mentors. Zadi's a guy who just didn't have his greatest game, didn't score double figures. Again, if he scores in double figures, probably win. If he doesn't, we probably lose, and that's what happened today. Again, Deontay didn't play great. Kind of going on a rampage a little bit. We're trying to be positive as well, and I hope you guys are as well. So those 2 freshmen will be great. Carl didn't get in a whole lot in conference play. Even started a couple games early. I want to say he started in 5 games. And he's a really raw player. He's super athletic. Still has some learning to do, but he can be a great player next year in Conference USA if he stays. I'm not sure if he's going to want to transfer because he didn't get a whole lot of playing time this year, but I hope he thinks about it hey, we're losing 9 seniors. Yeah, we're going to get a lot of new guys probably, but you're going to be one of those key returners and you might get a lot more minutes. So I'm hoping he stays. I think he can be a great player for us, and I believe he will stay. He's at Memphis last year, didn't get a whole lot of PT, got a lot more playing time here. So I feel like if he just stays here, stays within the system, he'll get more. I feel like at Memphis wasn't going to happen, especially with how great they were this year. So I think he's in the right spot. Edward Namoka will be our only returning post if he decides to stay. He started that that game against Western New Mexico in the scrimmage. So we'll see if he decides to stay. He had some good games. Honestly, probably one of the better shooters from the free throw line, just better shooters out of our post, I would say, behind Peter obviously and Rob. If you want to consider Rob a post or point forward, whatever. He doesn't really, he can bring the ball up a little bit, stretch forward, what do you want to call him, but he's not really a true post, I would say, because he can stretch the floor really well. But my point being is that Edward could be a solid player for us next year if he gets a little more PT, especially with Emmanuel and Nate being gone. I'm going to miss the brothers, man. They played so great starting together. Like I said, Nate had a great game. Emmanuel played well. They both complement each other well. It's going to suck without those guys. But I'm hoping that Coach Hooten can recruit really dominant posts, kind of how Casey was, or even more of a dominant post. I would love to have a great post with some great guards. That'd be awesome. So that's 4 guys. Xavier Johnson's a guy that was right at the end of the bench. Didn't play a whole lot, but possibly could be a guy that if he stays, who knows who we get next year. Could be a guy that, I don't think he'll be a big-time player for us or a starter or anything like that, but he could be a guy right at the end of the rotation who could maybe surprise some people, kind of like what Jacoby did this year. Another guy I almost forgot about is Marvin Cox. He redshirted this year, so he didn't play at all. But he's a guy that, can't redshirt anymore. He only redshirt 1 year. So he'll be a guy that comes in next year, he's going to fight for minutes. Again, I don't see what else to pick him up because, he's redshirted. He didn't play at all. He's from New Mexico. He's a hometown, well, not hometown, but home state guy. Assuming he'll stay. Out of those 6 guys, it's going to be hard for all 6 to stay. But I would assume that, let me think. Jacoby and Gabe, I feel like would be locks, but again, anything can happen. I feel like Marvin would be a lock too. Xavier's kind of up in the air. I'm not sure. He might want to transfer somewhere to maybe get more playing time, or maybe even transfer down a level because I feel like he could definitely play very well at the D2 level. I'm assuming Carl or Edward, one or the other will stay. I want to say at least 4 of those guys will stay. I'm assuming 2 of them will leave. I just feel like it's going to happen. I'd love for all 6 to stay, but for being realistic, more than likely, it's not going to happen, but it would be great if it could. So more than likely, I say we keep at least 4 guys out of the 6. Worst case scenario would be 3, but I think 4 will probably stay. And then we have 2 really good freshmen coming in, Omar Smith, then Ekwe, Augustine, can't pronounce his name. There's always those guys that can't pronounce their names too great. I always say that before the season started, but then once, at the games, the announcers are saying it's a lot easier to understand. Really good center, really good guard. Omar Smith had 43 points in the game this year. He's going to be dominant for us. And then, Augustine is going to be great as well. He had some dominant, I want to say he had a 40-point game as well. Had a clutch dunk to win the game in one of his high school games. There's that guy named Anthony, I believe his name, on the team. He used to play for Coach Hoon at Sam Houston. Kind of joined the team mid-season, but wasn't going to play just because he joined midway through, and I don't think he was able to play. I don't know what was the case. I think maybe it was like, just joining midway through. But, he could be a guy who comes back next year. That's like 7 guys, and then I guess if all 6 guys stay from this team, you can say up 9. And then at that point, he's got to recruit another, 6 to 7 guys. Hopefully recruit some more really good guards and some good posts. It's funny because I'm sure the guys we recruit, I'm probably not going to know a bunch of them, but maybe I will know some, who knows. Hopefully we can get some guys from big schools that can come in here and just dominate. Really excited for the future of this team. Like I was saying earlier, if you can have a winning season in your second year of a rebuild, definitely, something to look forward to. The future is bright in Las Cruces is the point I'm trying to make. It can be so easy just to be down and dog on the team, but again, they had a good year overall. There was a lot of frustrating moments. They could have definitely been better. They had so much potential to win this conference. Like I said, anyone has the potential to. UTEP lost, so our rival lost. I guess, that's cool, right? But wish we would have won. FIU, they lost to Jacksonville State, but they put up a fight. Jacksonville State actually got a 2 seed. I got that mixed up last video. So sorry for that confusion. So I believe, actually, I don't know who's, I need to check the game right now. I think La Tech and Middle Tennessee should be playing. Not sure who's going to win that game. I could be totally off. I'm going to assume that Middle Tennessee is going to win that. But the game could be going on right now, and La Tech could be kicking their ass. I don't know. Liberty and Kennesaw State play early tomorrow morning. I believe Liberty's going to get that win, mainly because Kennesaw State, and it would have been with us too if we won. That's a quick turnaround. Played 11 tomorrow or something like that. Super early. 11 our time. So 12 over there, I believe. Or something like that. It's a quick turnaround. Like, not that much time to get prepared, and Liberty has a whole day off. So I'm assuming Liberty will get that win, but maybe Kennesaw State can use the momentum tonight to win. I'm rooting for Kennesaw State to win because, like I said, it'd be nice to say that we at least lose to the champs. I feel like Liberty's going to get it done, and I really don't want them to win at all, man. But unfortunately, I think it's going to happen. I really believe that. They just seem to win at everything, and they just seem to get lucky with everything. In football, they had the easiest schedule in Conference USA. They did. They were ranked 10th, hardest schedule. You look at it online, you'll find it. They played, scrubs all the time outside of conference, right? And then they have a whole day off where, the team, this 4-5 matchup doesn't get that much time off. I know they're 1 seed, they get, more advantage, right? But come on, man. The day in is fine. The day in between is fine, but play at nighttime, dude. Don't give them like a, 15-hour turnaround. That makes no sense whatsoever, right? Come on now. Of course, Liberty always gets their special treatment, like always, right? That's why everyone hates them in the conference. That's why they deserve to be in a bigger conference, because they have all this money. They can attract more players. Like, just get them out of here, man. We don't like him here. That's going to probably close the video. I need to take a shower because I haven't showered today, and my hair is not looking great. I'm going to go eat with my friend Marcus tonight. But, yeah, just let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the season, what you guys thought the biggest reason for us losing this past game was, and losing a lot of games. 17 to 15, but out of those 15 losses, I feel like a lot of them just came down to missing a lot of free throws. Turnovers, yeah, guess could hurt us here and there. Missing a lot of clutch shots. Sucked that Cook had a rough ending to the season, rough ending to his college career, but he still had a great year. Probably second in the team in scoring behind Peter. Peter finished the season out great. What I want to do is I want to make my next video will probably be a video talking about like awards for the team, like my awards. So I'll say who I thought the MVP of the team was, the most improved player, the 6th man of the year, just kind of give my own awards. So please stay tuned for that video. Probably trying to make that soon. It's still spring break, so I have a lot of time. Then I'll make a video, like a season, analysis video, how I thought the team did, kind of like what I did last year. And then I'll just make a lot of update videos. keep you guys updated with any off-season moves, what goes on. And so please stay tuned for all that. I'll probably update maybe even to who wins the Conference USA tourney, how the NCAA tournament goes. I'll be rooting against UNM because they're going to make it regardless even if they lose. But it'll really be exciting to see how it all plays out. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and thank you guys so much just for the love and support all year through the season. It's crazy how fast the season went by. It feels like just before the season I was so excited to make these game day analysis videos. Now they're over. So now it's back to the off-season videos. But I really hope you guys enjoyed them, and I hope you guys continue to watch them, and I'll continue to make them and make them better each and every day and keep on improving the best way I can. I'm out.